Are you sick and tired of showing up to your meetings every week because even you know they're a waste of time? Trust me, I've seen a lot of these. I've been on both sides of it. I've been in meetings that other people have ran where you're like, what's the point? Why are we even here? This is a distraction of my day. I just want to get to work. And I've been the leader of meetings that came in unprepared and I could just see the room completely checking out. These are the types of meetings I think are super important. There are three that I think are utmost important that need to be done on a consistent basis. One is a weekly team meeting, two is a sales or pipeline meeting, and three are corrective/one-on-one meetings. So I'm gonna go through all three of them to kind of give you a little bit more background on how to structure them and what to do with them. First is a weekly team meeting. Every single Monday morning, you should be meeting with your team. It's super important to be doing that because you want to start your team off, get them bought in, get them the weekend kind of brushed off and let them know that, okay, we are in work mode now. So there's 6 things that go into running a Monday morning meeting. First is you got to review your core values. I do that every meeting I have with my team. We review the core values, we talk about them, we talk about some wins from it or whatever it might be. Second, I do a captain's report. Basically, it's me as the leader. What am I working on? What am I doing? How am I doing it? What are the progress of some of the special projects I'm working on? Because one of the biggest issues I see with teams, especially as they grow, is the front line starts to build some discontent for the top line because they think, oh, that leader's just sitting around doing nothing, or they're not working as hard as we are, or yada, yada, yada. So the captain's report allows you to help them understand what it is you're working on, how you're trying to make their lives better. Third is, what is the game plan for this week? What projects need to be completed? What are priorities? Fourth is contingency plans. If this is the plan, what if it rains? What if something breaks? What if a trailer breaks down? What if that delivery doesn't happen on time? You want to be helping your team think ahead so that when something goes wrong, they're not sitting around in the field waiting to be told what to do. Fifth is employee recognition. Basically like, hey, who's been doing a great job? Who's been representing the core values? Who's been showing up on time? It could be a simple $20 gas card or even just a high five recognition. People like to be seen doing their job or going above and beyond. And then the sixth last part is some sort of team training. It could be a 5-minute thing on how to do something differently. Even just simple things like how to put extension cords away, how to put stuff back in the trailer, what should your truck or van look like? A lot of people bring bad habits from their last job. So that simple 5 to 10 minute training will give somebody the clarity they need to be able to execute the way you want them to. So that's how to run a team meeting every Monday. Next is a sales or pipeline meeting. There's so many companies that spend a ton of money on leads and then never talk about them. Half of them go untouched or unnurtured the right way. So here's what I look for in a sales meeting. I'm gonna sit down with every person on my sales team, either me or one of their sales leaders every week. And we're gonna look at what are your activities / KPIs, key performance indicators. How many meetings did you have? How many follow-ups did you do? You know, how many doors did you knock? How many calls did you make? How many proposals did you send? I'm gonna look at some of the numbers. Then I'm gonna look at your pipeline, every active opportunity. And I'm gonna say what has happened, what's stopping them from moving forward, what are our next steps? Pipelines are supposed to be a living organism. You're constantly supposed to be moving things through or out of your pipeline. So if I said, hey, what happened with Miss Jones? What's stopping her from moving forward? What are our next steps? I'm gonna understand what we're doing to nurture and move that opportunity through our process. If they're like, who's Miss Jones? And I'm waiting for her to call me back, that's not a very good job, and they're not really nurturing and managing and owning that client relationship. And ultimately, you as the company is likely spending a bunch of money on marketing and leads. You wanna make sure every opportunity you get is fruitful. And then the last question I always ask is, what can I do to help you be more successful in your job? So activities, KPIs, the what has happened, what's stopping them, what are our next steps, and then what can I do to help you be better prepared for your opportunity or your job. And then the last one is a one-on-one / corrective meeting. I've been saying this for the last few months, and I think the more I say it, the more it becomes real, is if you want your employees to show up for more than a paycheck, you have to give them more than a paycheck. What that means is give them opportunities to grow, opportunities to make their dreams outside of work come true, because nobody's working because they absolutely love what they do. It's they're passionate about it, they may enjoy it, but they're doing it because they want to have other things in their lives, like cars, engagement rings, maybe buy a house, go on vacation. That's why people work. So understanding how they're doing it is one of the best ways to motivate and correct action. If you use the same example of somebody shows up late on a consistent basis, be like, hey man, if you keep showing up late, you might lose the opportunity that you're looking for. You might lose the job that's going to allow you to buy that house. That's more powerful than like, hey, you got to start showing up on time because we said so. That's about you and the company. Employees don't really care about you and the company. They care about themselves and their families and their initiatives. So if you can understand what motivates them and say, hey, if you keep doing this, you're going to lose this opportunity. Here's some things you might be able to do to fix that. I kind of use sometimes the same problem, cause, solution, benefit program. Like, hey, you keep showing up late. I think it's because you're not waking up on time. Maybe consider getting up 30 minutes earlier so that you can get to work on time so you don't lose the opportunity. Look, whether it's a team meeting, sales meeting, or corrective meeting, I talk a lot about the values and core values and approach of a lot of different things. I did this video right here about core values to help you understand how to create them and implement them in your business.